first of all, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Actually, I want to keep that on. So recently I had picked up a DMG Game Boy on eBay for like $30-something. The guy, he had messaged me and said that the screen, the plastic screen, it was a for parts system. He said that the screen had fallen off his dresser or something like that, and he couldn't find it, and he'd send it to me when he found it. And I'm like, whatever, I'll probably never see it ever, it's fine. I don't even know if the thing worked, you know. I just know that I wanted a little project that I could work on for a little while and, you know, see what I could do with it. So I opened it up. I get it. I open it up. There's no power. You know, there's nothing. There's nothing going on with this thing. It's a brain dead piece of electronics that we're all familiar with, especially with these old Game Boys. And anyway, so I opened it up. You know, there's corrosion on the battery contacts, whatever. I can deal with that. That's fine. I opened it up, and the whole inside is damn near corroded. Like the traces from the what is it, the SRAM chip to the pins, the pin traces, whatever, for the card reader, pretty much thrashed. You know what I mean? Like, no games are being played on this thing. That's for darn sure. I'll turn that on. So, you know, I start looking around on it. I'm able to get power. You know, I put the contacts in some white vinegar, and I was able to get some power out of it. The screen was a little, you know, it would show like the little block, or it would show like the whole like Nintendo logo, depending on if I had a game in it or not. Half the time it would go to a white screen, half the time it'd go to a black screen. You know, no audio, no nothing. So, long story short, I bought some Kynar off of eBay. You know, I already have all the tools and stuff. I just never really had Kynar, which is weird. So I got Kynar. What else did I get? A multimeter, because the multimeter that I had did not have continuity mode. Nope. No continuity mode. So I had to do everything by voltage. So I said, nah, I'm not even gonna attempt to do all of that. So I just bought a little cheap multimeter with continuity mode from Amazon, and that worked out. What else did I do? I think that was about it. That was really all I needed. Sorry. Oh yeah, and find like a pinout picture or something so I could figure out where everything was at. So I ended up just removing the card reader. I removed the SRAM chip, cleaned all the contacts, soldered everything up, and it worked. It powered on. It played a game. Like, it was great. I closed it all up. Everything still seemed fine. I close it all up. I turn it on, and it's doing some weird stuff again. And I'm like, this ain't right. So I open it up. I turn it back on. I'm kind of poking around, you know what I mean, on the board. And, you know, it's doing some weird stuff again. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know if it's the little white ribbon cable or what. So I decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo the whole thing again. So I open it up. I take all the wires off. I start going pin by pin. I actually ended up taking off the chip, the SRAM chip again, just so I could redo it, because I wasn't really happy the first time, because I wasn't making some contacts with some of the pads. So anyway, long story short on that is I just ended up rewiring the whole thing and got it working again. Got audio out of it. Everything works great. It seems as if, though, as soon as I go to button it up and I put it all together, that's when it starts doing some weird stuff again. It does work a lot better now that I redid it again, but it's still kind of 50-50. You know, the first few, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna say the first like hour of me like laying on it and turning it off, turning it on, it was fine, beautiful, started right up, no problem. As time has gone on, it has started doing some weird stuff again, so I don't know what's up with that, but I'm gonna replace all the capacitors in it. Hopefully that'll fix some of the issues, you know, as far as the video aspect of it. I did read the negative rail and the positive rail on the original DC power supply, and I was getting like a negative 18.8, which is pretty close to 19. I just don't know if it's maybe dipping or what's going on with that, but that could have something to do with it. But I was getting 5 volts everywhere else, the power switch, you know, the rail, 5 volts to the board. The batteries, I tried Duracells and rechargeables at the same time. Well, yeah, different instances, but whatever. Little pot store there. Isn't that neat? Man, they got fucking trains and stuff. Anyway, so I was able to get it to work though. So I mean, it's still functional. It's just, it's got some quirks. So I'm trying. Maybe the capacitors need to be replaced. I'll get those replaced as soon as possible. It doesn't have a battery door cover and it doesn't have a lens on it. So those are the only 2 things. I'm not going to be putting an IPS thing in this. If I have to replace the DC power supply, then I'll probably go with, what is it, Retro Robot or Clean Power if I can find one somewhere, but I know I can get a Retro Robot on Etsy for like 15, 16 bucks. No big deal. So yeah, that's where we're at. I tore everything apart, cleaned everything up. It looks great. I didn't bring it with me, but soon, you know, I should be able to do, because I do all this stuff on the weekends, because obviously this is what I do during the week. But I am in the process of building a house. And I have designated one of the rooms. It's technically a closet, but that's going to be a designated room to where, you know, I can do all of my my little things like this, little Game Boys and soldering, and you know, all my little artsy fartsy crap that I do. So I do really enjoy it, and I have been enjoying the Game Boy stuff. I used to do Xbox 360 RGH installs back in the day. And I really enjoyed that. It's not sustainable. So, you know, obviously I had to bow out of the whole situation. And, you know, it's whatever. I still got 360 Ace chips. I still got Cool Runner chips. I still got Corona postfix adapters. I still got all that. All the TM Executor tools. The Nano X and all that shit, like I still got all that stuff, but I've been enjoying the Game Boy stuff, and I hope to do more. I've never worked on a DMG Game Boy before. I've only owned one when I was like 7, so I've never actually opened one up until just recently, and it's been a fun experience, even just like learning about traces and stuff, and fixing things like that. Because I've always been a big solderer. I've always loved soldering stuff, but fixing traces for some reason has always been kind of over me, I guess. And you know, so it's been really fun doing that. And now that I have a multimeter with continuity mode, it makes so much more sense. I don't know where I got the thing. It just doesn't have the continuity mode on it, which is really odd. So maybe it does, it just doesn't have the beep, you know what I mean? Beep. I think it does have continuity mode, it just doesn't have the beep on it, which is kind of what I wanted. So I was pretty sad to find out that I didn't have the beep. But yeah, I threw up some pictures, you know, you guys can pause the videos, you know, go back and pause the videos and stuff and see my work. I don't know if it's any good or not, but hopefully somebody can chime in and, you know, give me some pointers on that. The solder work is good. I just don't know if maybe like magnet wire would be best for that, but there are a lot of traces. And you know, if in the future, you know, I decide to get a little crazy on it, you know, I would love to take magnet wire and literally solder it to one of the legs on the SRAM chip and follow that trace bend for bend to where it needs to go. And you know, I even thought about this while I was driving just a minute ago. I'm like, well, what if I were to, because I still get some weird stuff here and there, you know, like it'll turn on, it'll be like a blank screen, and then it'll like glitch for a second, and then it'll boot up Nintendo and it'll play the game, you know what I mean? Like there's like this little hesitation sometimes. And again, that could be a capacitor thing, but that could also not be. So I'm just wondering if maybe, I'm just happy I got it working, to be quite honest, because the corrosion on it was awful. But I'm just thinking, if, you know, to eliminate like 100% all of that, is if I were to take that magnet wire and just follow trace by trace to every single leg on that SRAM chip, and maybe I would get a 100% operational card read. So, you know, cartridge read, and it'll be great. You know, I won't have to mess with it ever again in my entire life. I do plan on doing the backlight mod. I do have a white panel right now. I don't like it because it's blue. So I am in the market for like the washed yellow. I think I saw from Handheld Legends. That's like a washed yellow. I think that would be like the most like retro fucking thing that I could do to it. I don't want to do IPS on it because that's just, you know, A, cheating, but also you're kind of taking out an original piece of equipment. I want it to stay as original looking as possible with the added benefit of a backlight. The screen is awesome. It's not broken. It's not damaged in any way, shape, or form. It just needs a backlight. So, whew, that's where I'm at with this Game Boy, man. When I get home and I got a minute, you know, I'll run through some stuff. So watch out for that. Subscribe if that's something that you guys want to see. You know, please share your thoughts, comments, whatever. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off of here and peace out.